Hello people, so this one is not going to be as long as the previous one. I'm not doing any tarot readings or anything like that, just mostly blabbing on. I decided to take down one of my videos, the one that I recorded right before the full moon tarot reading, because the quality of the video itself, my computer was not behaving well that day, so it's kind of unwatchable, and I'm going to have to re-record it, but this is going to sound so silly. It just really bothered me that some fucker would come to some nothing burger of a personal channel that has like 25 subscribers or something, just to leave their thumbs down because they really did something there, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of like those book reviews where people show up and they leave 1 star, and they don't even leave like some dumb review of the product, like, for my video, your face looks like a butt or something like that. I don't know. I can't even really say. My thought would be as if I happened on a video where the quality was just kind of terrible. I'd say I was having trouble watching it for the filming quality. I mean, I very much doubt I'm ever going to have anything set up to the point where I've got the studio lights and doing my makeup perfectly and all that shit. I do not think that is going to happen. I tend to concentrate more on the literary end of things than the visual end of things. Well, I draw pictures, but that's a different story, and I'm not going to claim that I'm really any kind of an artist. But yeah, you got to be able to at least watch the video, I guess. And yeah, half the time I film in the dark. The last couple times it have been in light. And since I'm in a storage room, basically, things are blurred out. But hey, I did work on the storage room today. That's very exciting, at least for me. I guess I don't think exciting is the word, but got some shit done. So yeah, I'm kind of laughing at my tan line here. This is not foundation. I didn't put foundation just down to the ear and stop. This is from just going out to get groceries on Wednesday or Thursday last week, and my jaunt to the grocery store is not just your like hop, skip, and a jump around the corner. It's a good couple hours round trip, and my car doesn't have AC, so there with the window down, and I just I end up with this, and it just looks so dumb. But yeah, that's really nothing much. I watched a lot of webinars today. I'm probably not going to really write much. I did a tiny bit of editing. I changed a character's name because I found out the name I had for her is one of these names that's like commonly suggested when people are looking for writing prompts or whatever, and I'm like, why? I don't know. But anyways, And so I'm doing this novel 90 challenge. God, one of these days I'm going to get it through my head that I don't know how to make things focus. But this is just a little blank journal that I got, and I'll do things in there like write. It's not exactly morning pages. As I said in a previous video, I certainly don't have a problem with anyone doing that, but I can't really commit to handwriting 2 pages of me bitching about stuff every morning. I make these videos or I'll type. I like doing the exercise where I close my eyes and write for like 5 minutes and put on one of those little timers with music. I find that to be a good exercise that digs stuff out of the subconscious and says, here, look at it, look at it. So I like doing that. I think that accomplishes more as far as getting myself into like a healing mindset or to progress of that nature than just sitting there and bitching. Because believe me, I can sit there and bitch. It's probably pretty obvious. I'm great at ranting. Which, not that I'm going to shy away from saying things that I consider important to talk about, because, I'm the old uncool bitch who's going to say, this does not sit right with me. There's this trend where kind of you don't dare mention certain things, and for the most part I kind of try to keep politics out of it. There again, I'm not going to obfuscate about that. I don't support what's in the White House right now. But that's all the further I'm going to go with that. I'm honest about it. But I don't see the reason for me to talk about it that much most of the time, because you've got other sources out there that are going to be more knowledgeable than me on the subject. So, anything I'm saying about it is just my opinion. So, yeah. I do talk a lot about, healing and recovery and that sort of thing, and also living with health challenges, both mental and physical health issues, and how I think that, yeah, there's this, we're kind of trained up from an early age to be hateful towards people who don't measure up to a certain standard, perceived standard of attractiveness. Like, what you got to do is watch Number 12 Looks Like You. It's a Twilight Zone episode, highly recommended. But yeah, it's kind of that attitude, anybody who doesn't measure up in a certain way, they're ugly. And so I'll talk about things like that, how I don't think that's right. You look at me now and you would never have believed it, but I used to be the kind of person who wouldn't go to the grocery store or the post office without a full face of makeup and my hair all done, you know, um, kind of looking like I'm ready to go to the club for the night or something. I used to be that way, and at this point I think it's a big waste of time. Um, if I'm not doing these videos, a lot of the time I don't even wear foundation. The only reason I do when doing the videos is because of the rosacea, which I've spoken about, which makes my skin blotchy and red, and there's dry patches and such. So yeah, I wear foundation when I'm doing these to even out my skin tone a bit. And I'll put a affiliate link to the one I'm using today in the description for the video. It's Cetaphil Daily Facial Tinted Moisturizer for redness relief, and so yeah, that works out really nice for me. This isn't a product placement really. I wasn't like contacted by Cetaphil to endorse their product. This is just me saying I use it. I paid for it, so it's voluntary. But what I do will put in the description is an affiliate link. So honestly, I don't really understand the whole process of becoming some kind of influencer or whatever. That's not my goal at all. I'm just sitting here, like I said, blathering on about things, and it's a form of therapy, um, more so than anything else, even more than like promoting my writings, such as that is, or whatever. I may start, recording myself reading clips of some of what I've written, because I would like to get back to promoting that a little more. Everything just kind of dived in a pit this year. It's just been really a difficult year. So, yeah, that fell by the wayside big time. A lot of what I do on my main blog, and I'll put a link to that too, it's just book promotion. It's other people's books mostly. I've started incorporating more of my stuff into there. I used to have multiple blogs, but I don't want to try and keep up with that anymore. It's easier to just have one. I also have the Substack, which I still don't know what to do with that damn thing. It's such a thorn in my side, I swear. Which might lead you to say, well, why don't you give it up? Well, people are having some success with it. I just apparently don't know how. I um, I don't know. Social media, and here I am, just like this incredibly socially inept excuse of a human being. So, well, what do I know? The only thing is, there are certain things that I think I do have some advice to offer, just because of how long I've been around and what I've lived through, where I can say, for a much younger person, for instance, often I'm giving advice to my younger self. I'm giving the advice that I wish somebody who had been able to reach me had given me. And when I say that, it's like, not this lecture-y thing, or kind of laughing at what my concerns were at that time, because that doesn't work for anybody. But adolescents are especially, I think, going to really put up walls around that when you have that approach to like, now, you silly thing, and acting like the things that are bothering them are just stupid. Because my son actually put it a really good way. It's that adolescents don't have the life experience to know that there are certain things that it's distressing, but it isn't the end of the world, but you feel like it's the end of the world because, you know, this may be your first time having such an experience. I mean, particularly in romance, for instance, which, boy, howdy, do you not want to take advice from me on that? That is something that I am absolutely inept with. I don't know how to make that work at all, and I finally just said, I'm just not going to do it anymore. I'm happier not doing it, because, you know, man, it doesn't ever turn out good. Sometimes things start good, and or they appear to start good. I've actually had a lot of really abusive, mostly emotionally abusive, but, you know, sometimes there was physical stuff, which I have mentioned, but relationships I've been in, because I don't tend to pick well. There, in other cases, it ended because one of the partners died, and, well, since I'm sitting here, that's not me. Uh, but yeah, I'm not laughing about that like it's funny that somebody died, because actually, of course, that's traumatizing. But just in looking back with a kind of critical eye on things, I see where, at least from my end of it, I was gonna drag things down, or I was making things difficult, because of my self-doubts. But yeah, we're not gonna go into the terrible old woman's relationship advice today. So anyway, I think that's about a good place to call it. I will leave a couple links in the description for the moisturizer and for my book blog, and I hope you have a good weekend and maybe can get a terrible tan like me. If you go out in the sun, maybe you'll get a better one, or maybe you'll avoid tanning altogether. I think that's actually probably the better option. But anyways, I will go ahead and process this. So peace be to you, and I'll see you later.